All right, this is going to be lesson 2.3 on graphing points. And so for this one here, we want to talk about plotting points on a graph. So this allows us to find location. And so when you have two what we call ordered pairs, these values together, these two numbers help us to find a single point on the graph. The first number is your x value, and that tells you how far to go left or right. Going right means you have a positive number, and if you have a negative number, that means you're going to go left. The y value, the second value, tells you how much to go up or down. If it's positive, you go up. If it's negative, you go down. So here we're going to look at the point 2, 4. I can really zoom out here. I apologize. This is be tough to get all this in, the top and the... So we're looking at the point 2, 4. So what does this tell us? The 2 tells us we're going to go to the right because it's positive. The 4 tells us we're going to go up because it's positive. So the point 2, 4 means go 2 to the right and 4 up. Now where do we start from? We always start from the center. So here we're going to go 2 right, we're going to go 4 up, and there we go. I want to point out, when we count, this is not 1. We haven't moved. You don't count 1 until you make your first move. So this is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I recommend not putting extra points. Your answer is this single point. So I don't want extra points on the graph because it'll get really messy. And then we'll label this point with the letter that it was assigned to, point A. And for points, we always use capital letters for labeling points, never lowercase letters. All right, let's take the next one. So point B is 1, 3. So this is 1 to the right and 3 up because, once again, these are all positive. So I'm going to go back down to here. I'm going to go 1 right. I'm going to count 3 up. And there's point B. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Negative 5, 4. So once again, first value is left and right, but this is negative, so this is going to say 5 to the left. This is positive, so it's still 4 up. So for our next point, we're going to count 5 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then count 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be point C. Let's take a look at point D. 0. That means don't go left, don't go right. We're not going to go left or right at all. We're going to stay right there in the middle. But this does tell us to go 2 units down because it's negative. Second number is always up and down. If it's negative, it means down. So let's go back here. I'm at 0. I'm not going to go left. I'm not going to go right. I'm going to stay right here in the middle, and then I'm just going to go 2 units down. And that is point D. For this one here, we have negative 7, negative 8. So the first number is left and right, left or right, and since it's negative, it is left. The second number is negative, so it is down. So this means go 7 to the left and 8 down. Now, when you start getting values where you get really far away, it can get a little bit difficult to track. And so I can still follow this and go 7 over, right? So 7 to the left puts me at this negative 7. And I can use a ruler to keep track as I go down so I don't accidentally wander off this line. So there's my negative 7. And then I want to go 8 down, which is going to be equal to this negative 8 here. So when I look at my point, I should be able to trace back up and over to those values that were on the point. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I didn't have this low enough. So when we go to negative 7, we go all the way here, left 7, so there's your negative 7. And then we go down, we want to be even with the negative 8. So I could count it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I can also just look at this scale over here on the right, on the y-axis, and that will tell me where my negative 8 is. And so the ruler kind of helps me track that. And that is point E. And then point F is negative 11, 0. Well, this first number, once again, tells us left or right. This means 11 to the left. The 0 means don't go up or down. We're not going to go up, we're not going to go down. So when we go back to the graph, we'll go 11 to the left, and we're done, because we're not going up or down. So this would be point F. All right, so that was quickly kind of going over graphing ordered pairs, graphing points. And so just a reminder that it takes two values to give a location. So you need to know how far left and right. You need to know how far up and down. All right, well, let's take a look at the second page. Here we have four figures that we're supposed to find the coordinates of. So once again, we need to use numbers to tell how far we went left or right and how far we went up or down. The first thing we're supposed to look at is the circle. Well, if I look at the circle, we went to the right, and we went 11 units to the right. So my first number is going to be 11, and it's positive because we went to the right. If we'd gone this way, it would be negative, right? And then looking at it this way, from here we'd go up, right? We'd go up to this point where the value is at 7, right? So that would be 7 units up. Once again, since it's up, it's positive. This location is the location 11, 7. All right, well, let's take a look at the star. The star looks to be 2 units to the left and 2 units down. So since this is left, it's negative. Since this is down, it's negative. So the star is at -2, -2. Let's take a look at the moon. Now, from 0, it is to the right, which is a positive, but it is also down, looks like 5 units, which is negative. Our first number is how far we went horizontally, so since we went 9 units to the right, our first number is going to be 9. And then we went 5 units down, so our second number is going to be -5. All right, and the last thing is to talk about this fly. So once again, we always do horizontal first, left, right first. So for this fly, we are moving 8 units to the left, so -8. So we'll put a -8 here. And the value up, we're moving 8 units up. So it's +8 since it's up. And your values are right on the scale, right? So we have all our negatives up to the left. We have all our negatives below us. When we go to the right, these are positive numbers. We go up, these are positive. All right, so let's go ahead and turn to the next page. So for these, this is kind of an on-your-own thing. So you should graph all these points. And then once you're done graphing them, check the video to see if you did them correctly. So basically, pause the video, and then when you have them plotted, unpause and check your answers with the video to see if it's correct. And then pause again, do this group, unpause, check your answer, and then lastly, you're going to write down the coordinates here for each of the points. So you'll pause, write down your coordinates, and then unpause to check your answer. So go ahead and start. Okay, here are the answers for the first graph. So this is where your point should be located. Ones that I typically see issues with. This one here, sometimes I'll see people plot that here, but remember, your first number is telling you left or right, so that is 6 to the left. This is telling you don't move up or down at all. So that's why that is there. And then with C, 5, 0, that's 5 to the right. And 0 means you're not moving up or down. All right, go ahead and pause and, well, you can pause this and finish grading it or whatever. Unpause and we'll go to the next video, or to the next graph. All right, so hopefully you've done the next set. Here are where the points are located. Once again, ones that are fairly common to see issues with. E here is 10, 0, so it's going to be to the right. and then so it's over here. And then B is 0, 4. So the 0 tells you don't move left or right, but move up. And so the ones with 0, sometimes I see people get those reversed. Just remember, first number is left and right. Second number is up and down. All right, pause if you need to finish grading, and then we'll go on to the last one. Okay, so hopefully we've got this finished. We're going to go and take a look at the last group of answers. I'll zoom this out a little bit. So those would be the rest of the results. So you can go just pause this and check yours, make any corrections you need to. And that is the end of the video.